What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ. The Tar Heel got Preston in the stinking house that said, "What's up, everyone? Welcome to the final call in show of the 2024 season, man." And I appreciate everybody. I really do, man. We only got 8 people in here right now, but you know what? We got the diehards, man. We got the daggum diehards. And I want to say first and foremost to any of the Tar Heel fans that will be watching this later, it's basically your last chance, dude, to stick and jump on the bandwagon, baby, because I don't want to see y'all next year when Coach BB is got things stinking rolling, and all of a sudden you claim to be one of the daggone diehards, man. So get your monocle out or whatever the heck you call this little pirate thing, and jump on the stinking bandwagon now, bro. If you can be on the stinking, on the bandwagon next year, dude, you can be here for the 6-6 North Carolina Tar Heels as they take on the UCONN Huskies in the bowl game, man. So I'm really excited about this one. It's just another opportunity to watch Carolina football. Obviously, it's not necessarily, what we anticipated at the beginning of the year. Some people did. I personally did not. But here we are. Here we are, baby. December 28th, 11 a.m. bowl game up in frigid Boston at Fenway Park. I mean, you know, if you were to say that outside of the scope of college football, you think that somebody was joking with you. Hey, you guys are going to play a bowl game at Fenway Park December 28th up in Boston against the UConn Huskies. And they'll probably be well represented there. They will probably be well represented there because Connecticut and Massachusetts are right next to each other. And that's perfectly fine. That is perfectly stinking fine. So, like I said, welcome to the call-in show, man. If you get an opportunity when I open up the phone lines, make sure that you call that number on the screen, 919-590-3514. I'll get your call in. We got to make it a little bit brief tonight because I got to be to work shortly after midnight, and then I'll be working up until the kickoff when we go live for the live reaction and watch party, man. But it's the last opportunity for Tar Heel Nation or any Huskies in the house, anybody in college football family that wants to call in for an opportunity to win $325 to predict the correct score. By all means, call in to the show. Now, before we get into that and open up the phone lines, let's look at a couple of things. So go over here to my screen, and I think it's important. This is courtesy of IC. This is not super secret information or anything like that, but Willie Lampkin, late scratch for the Fenway Bowl. So he will not be playing in this game. And we'll go over who might be taking his spot per the depth chart that IC has also on their page. So if you get a chance, shout out to IC. They do great work. Go and check them out. And then some great news is that my guy Caleb Hood has withdrawn his name from the transfer portal. Now, he will be playing in this game, which is fantastic, especially considering the fact that Omarion Hampton has declared for the NFL draft and he will not be available up in Boston. So I'm really happy about this, man. I'm a big Caleb Hood fan. I think the guy's got a ton of stinking potential. He's got a ton of skill, man. He just has not been able to stay healthy. And I'm hoping that he gets a shot, dude, because this guy is a tremendous athlete. And if he can stay healthy, he can be a pivotal part of this Carolina football team next year, man. Really good to see Caleb Hood withdraw his name from the portal. Now, here's the depth chart. Once again, courtesy of IC. And you'll notice off the jump, man, I think that this is pretty interesting off the jump. Howard Sampson is transferring to Texas Tech. He's already gone. Who is in the number one spot right now at left tackle? Luke Masterson, 6'7", 290-pound freshman, with Jakaya Leftwich, who's also leaving for UCF. So that is an interesting dynamic right there. That's obviously Jacoby Criswell's blind side, so it's going to be interesting to watch Luke Masterson and see what he can do at that left tackle position. Right here, left guard, Malik Gowan. All right, also a guy that's transferring, and then Aiden Banfield is going to be his backup. Why? Because Willie Lampkin has opted out, and Aiden Banfield will be playing in that right guard position. Obviously, Austin Blaski removed his name from the transfer portal a couple weeks back. So he is going to be your starting center. And right here, man, Zach Rice, 6'4", 315-pound sophomore, may get an opportunity to get some snaps in this game. And we've been kind of waiting to see my guy, kind of live up to the billing, if you will. So keep an eye out for 55, man. Obviously, Aiden Banfield has been a really, really pleasant sighting as a freshman, but keep an eye out for 55 if he gets on the field and see what he can do. And then obviously Carolina still has their starting right tackle with Trevion Green, and Janai Norwood will be backing him up. John Copenhaver, last game as a Tar Heel, backed up by Jake Johnson, obviously because Bryson Nesbitt is still injured. And then you got Ryan Ward and Deems May. And this is kind of interesting as well. Carolina's only got 2 quarterbacks listed in this 2 deep. And well, obviously it's a 2 deep, but obviously the tight end room has a couple of more names: Jacoby Criswell and Michael Merdinger, who's also leaving. So hopefully we can stay healthy right here, or it's going to be a lot of Wildcat with my guy Davion Goss, man. Davion is going to be the stinking guy. Bullet and Caleb, they're going to have the load put on their shoulders, and then we'll see if Darwin Barlow can contribute in this game as well. JJ Jones recently apparently lost an appeal that he was trying to get an extra year of eligibility. The NCAA did deny his appeal, so this is very likely JJ Jones last year as a North Carolina Tar Heel. And then you got Christian Hamilton and Paul Billups behind him. Nate McCullum last game as your guy in the slot. And then you obviously got Kobe Pacehour and Chris Culliver. That's a pretty good little 1-2 punch right there. Kobe just removed his name as well not too long ago from the transfer portal. Defensive line, Des Evans, one more go at it, man. Backed up by Bo Atkinson at that power end position. And then you got Kevin Hester Jr., Joshua Harris Sr., and Joel Starlings at that nose guard position. Travis Shaw will play in this game. Be interesting to see if he actually removes his name from the transfer portal, or if he's going to take his talents somewhere else. Obviously, we've seen him make some strides toward the tail end of the season. And then Jacoby Cowan. Jacoby Cowan will be taking the spot for Kamen Rucker, who obviously is injured, not able to play in this bowl game. And so Jacoby had some splash plays this year. Hopefully he can go out on a high end. Maury Campbell, Michael Short at your linebacker position. And right now, Caleb Lavalle is going to be your linebacker starting next to Amari due to Power not playing. So Michael Short, K-Law, and then K-Law's little brother, or I think it's his little brother, Cruz, will be backing him up. Got your starting corner right here at Marcus Allen and Elijah Huzzy, so that's good. Carolina should be good on the edge. And then Jakeen Harris, one more ride with the Heels. And then Will Hardy at your free safety position with Caleb Cost at the star. Now, real quick, I know I'm kind of belaboring this. What's up, Quan? What's up, Scott? Good to see you guys, man. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Right here, this is courtesy of Carolina football. Give me 1 second. All kinds of crazy stuff on here. The boys got, and I'm going to turn this volume down because I don't want them to get me, but apparently part of their gifts right here was they got some Converses with their names, I guess their initials and their numbers. And I guess they got them personalized with the Wasabi Fenway Bowl stuff on there. So that was pretty cool. I guess that's one of those little gifts that the Heels are going to gift. Now, give me a second. I also got some shoes I wanted to show you guys. Put my headset back on. Shout out to my supervisor at work who was able to commandeer these for me. Now I paid for them, but I got the all white Jordan 11s, man. So Preston, when I'm up there for the game next year, TCU Carolina, bro, you already know what I'm going to be stepping in right there, bro. These things are stinking clean. I absolutely love these shoes. They were a pretty penny, but they were worth it. So The Tar Heel football team got some new kicks, and your boy also got some new kicks. So I'm excited about that. Not a real big Converse guy. Fix my stuff here. I'm getting all jacked up. But yeah, man. So they got some daggum kicks with the Wasabi Bowl stuff on there and everything. And look, hey, check this out, man. This is an important football game. Okay, get back up here to the live stream. This is an important football game. I don't care what anybody says, man. It is important for you to finish above 500 for the year. Okay. George Miller said free shoes are free shoes. Yeah, 100%, man. Free anything is free anything, right? But I want to finish above 500 for the year, man. And, I think this is a very important football game. Obviously, it really doesn't have too much to do, per se, with what's going to transpire in 2025. But you always want to go out on a high note. And maybe some of these guys will see, some of the good that can be done. And they will also remove their names from the transfer portal if they can contribute to this team. So, like I said, before I open up the phone lines, this is what I want you to do. I want you to obviously call into the show. Let me know your thoughts. Let's try to keep it a little bit concise so we can get as many people in here as possible, because I have a very short time limit that I can actually be on here. And let me know what you think about the football game. Give me your score prediction, and just give me some quick thoughts about what you think the trajectory of this football program is. So let's hope that there are no hiccups in this thing, and we'll go ahead and open up the phone line. So call into the show. Let me know what you think about this football game. Let me get your score prediction, and we will go from there. Tar Heel Nation, man. But until we get that first phone call, once again, 11 a.m., you guys make sure that you tune in to the live reaction and watch party. We'll have a good time, man. It's the last football game of the year. So this is going to be an important one. Uh-oh. That's why. Give me 1 second. I'm coming. What's going on, baby? You are on the phone with Russ the Tar Heel. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, Russ, it's Preston. How you doing?
Preston, what's going on, baby? How you doing, brother?
I just watching the final show of the year.
Final show of the
Been a
year,
good year,
man.
man.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. So what you got, brother?
So it's beyond frustrating, these opt-outs, dude. And we've talked about it, but they got to do something. They need to put in the NIL. They got to play in this thing.
Right.
And you and I are old school, and I know how you feel about it, but it's letting your team down. And I understand it, and I understand why they do it, and I agree with why they do it. But I don't know. They can't do it. It's horrible.
It's frustrating, man. It really is frustrating. Yeah.
100%. We got two of
brother.
our starting offensive linemen out, defensive lineman, our best linebacker, Stick Lane, our best running back. I mean, it's anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I'm done arguing about that. But so I'm going 24-21. Don't really think we're going to win, but I can't pick against this. So 24-21 Tar Heels.
24-21 Carolina.
Yep.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that the weather one will play any variable? Will that be a variable that kind of dictates either or in this football game? And then quickly press, because we got to get a whole bunch of people in here and everything, man. I could stink and talk to you all daggum day, brother. But what are you excited about Carolina football, man? What is your thoughts about the trajectory of the program?
Dude, absolutely. So first of all, weather, dude, if we're going to win, we're going to run the ball.
Right.
And so that the weather's not going to prohibit that at all. So, Connecticut, they're not a good team, but neither are we, so whatever.
Right,
but the trajectory, Oh my God, Bill Belichick, man, if you'd have told me that when I first read his name, I was like, man, people are crazy that he's not, there's no way he's coming to Carolina.
Right.
And here he is, and we spoke about it. It's not just his impeccable X and O's brain. It's about the NIL. It's Carolina. The guys have finally, in the ivory tower, have finally said, "Look, we know in order to save basketball, we got to have a good football program."
Yeah.
And they're actually putting their money where their mouth is.
Right.
And to me, that's just exciting. I mean, how much money were we going to pay that Mateer kid? So who knows, man? The trajectory is up. I've been through it before. A tick will probably bite me and I'll die, but I'm happy right now with how it's going.
Amen, brother. Amen. I know you've been at this for a while, man, so I know it's exciting for guys like me and you that are 30 plus years into this thing. You even longer than me. So I'm excited, bro. You know, and I can't appreciate you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you, Press, for everything you do, brother. It's good to speak
Heck
to you,
yeah,
man. And you'll be here 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Well, I'm at work, so I'll
Ah,
be watching on my phone. I'll come in during halftime, but I'll see you guys then.
sounds good, bro.
Happy New Year's to everybody.
Happy
Love
New
this
Year's, brother.
community you've built, so that's fantastic what you've done, Russ.
Yes, sir.
I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, Press.
All right, bye.
All right, man. Later. My man, Stinking Press. Give me a second before I open up. I just close the lines again because I wanna allude to something real quick before we get into the next caller, man. And shout out to George Miller for the $9.99, brother. I really appreciate the $9.99, man. Thank you so much. Banana Man said, I still can't wait. I still can't believe that we got Bill. Another thing, another little caveat that I got to put on here, man, is like I said, don't be star watching right now, bro. Bill Belichick, man, have some faith. The guy, him, and Lombardi, man, they are masters at evaluating people, and they do not care how many stars you got. So, this is kind of delving a little bit off of the UConn game, but I just want to temper everybody's expectations to a certain extent, in the sense that I want you to understand what's at work here, bro. We're looking at a mastermind playing chess, man, while everybody else is playing checkers. Not worried about the 4 stars, the 5 stars. If we get them, great. If they fit, great. If they got a high motor, great. But he's looking for kids with character, kids that want to play some stinking football. And that is the culture change that we have been calling for at the University of North Carolina, man. So keep everything into perspective, man. Let me open that line up again. So go ahead and call in and let me know what you think about this football game. Preston said 24-21. He's going to pick the Tar Heels in this one for 325 big ones. And you guys already know what I picked. I said 28-24 Carolina. And I am of the volition that we're going to have to score touchdowns and not field goals. But I will say this, while we're taking this next caller, I think Noah Burnett's playing. So we might be able to kick a couple field goals. What's going on, baby? You're on the phone with Russ, the Tar Heel. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, brother, this is George. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, George? How are you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. Just got off work, and my biggest gripe right now is all these guys that are in the portal, send their asses back home. Take their Jared Churches away and send them back home. If they still in the portal when that game's about to kick off tomorrow, send them home. They shouldn't get to play.
I hear you, man. I mean, there's a part of me, George, that I tend to kind of agree, brother. I tend to kind of agree, man.
Get
Yep.
Belichick's
Send their
girlfriend to call
pansy asses
in.
back home if they're still in the portal.
Yeah. I mean, I completely understand, man. So, I mean, if we get all
Besides
these,
that, I'm saying 42-13 right now, North Carolina.
42-13. Now, you've got to tell me real quick, George, what in the world is going on in George's head that gives him such, moxie to make such a prediction? I got to know, bro.
Chip Lindsey's not calling the plays,
Okay.
and we got that guy Gauss that's just as good as Omarion. He's going to eat that shit up, bro.
You think so? Okay.
Paceor's healthy. If we can get whoever the quarterback is tomorrow. I'm hoping Criswell.
Yeah.
But if we can get Criswell any amount of time in the pocket with Paceor back and everybody, I think we'll be fine, man. I really do.
Yeah. Well, remember,
And I think
Luke
with
Masterson-
Matt gone and them knowing Belichick is looking and Kitchens calling the shots, I think tomorrow they're gonna run the ball and they're gonna eat that ass up.
I like it. I like it.
You can't stop her. UConn can't stop her running backs.
Okay, I like that, and I like Preston said, I like his confidence. I like it a lot, man. Just remember, Luke Masterson, a freshman right now, is slotted as your starting left tackle, who's going to be blocked.
He can't be any worse than he can't be any worse than the guy that just left.
Hey, you know
that
what? Touche, my friend. You are absolutely right.
6'6" of suck. Yeah.
You are absolutely right, my friend. Yeah. Yeah, so I like it. I like it, George. 42-13, man. That's an ass whooping, bro. I'll take it.
It's gonna be an ass whooping. I'm telling you, it's gonna be an ass whooping.
I like it.
Like I said, I really think, and if you really want to be an ass whooping, all them boys that's still in the portal tomorrow, and they say, "Oh, I'm still in the portal," kick the asses back to Chapel Hill and let the guys that want to be there play.
Hey, I like it. I can respect it, my friend. That's old school. So.
Yeah, brother.
All right, man.
Anyhow,
well, I appreciate you,
have
George.
a wonderful New Year's, and if I don't get to see you tomorrow because I'm working, have a good one, bro.
Hey, you too, brother. Have a good day at work, George. Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
All right,
Bye-bye.
man. Later. All right, real quick, man. Got to close that line real quick one more time. Preston with the 998 said, get Belichick's girlfriend to call in. Hey, if anybody knows Coach Belichick's girlfriend and she wants to call into the show, by all means, man, you give her these digits right here on the side of the screen, and I will be more than happy to talk to her about what in the world she sees in Coach Bill Belichick, man. That'd be a great daggum call right there. That'd even be better than speaking to Connor Harrell's dad. I'm sure we get some great insight, man. But anyway, appreciate the 998 Press, and appreciate George and Press calling in off the jump, man. Both of them got to work, dude. That stinks. I had to take some stinking leave so that I could watch this football game. But, I don't know. I like my Carolina football, man. Open the lines back up, man. Go ahead and give me a call, dude. Give her my digits. Hey, and we can't have nothing messing with Coach Bill Belichick's, his moxie right now, Preston. You got to wait till the offseason before you start, ripping hearts out of chests and stuff like that, brother. So give me a call, man. 919-590-3514. Predict the correct score. Let me know what you think about this football game. And, how excited are you about the trajectory of Carolina sports, Carolina football especially, and win $325, man. Here we go. You are on the phone with Russ the Tar Heel. Who am I speaking to?
Russ, Wolfpack fan.
Oh, man, the Wolfies are in the house. What's up, brother?
Oh, same old, man. How about you, man? How was your Christmas, man?
It was good, man. It was good. Is this Scott?
This is Scott.
Scott, my man. Man, it was a good Christmas, brother. It was a good Christmas. I cannot complain, my friend.
Well, my brother had passed away a month ago, man, and Thanksgiving was and this Christmas was a little tough, man, but I'm starting to see the light again, man.
Well, that's good, man. I'm glad. I hate it for you, brother, but I'm glad that it's kind of easing up for you, man. I'm sorry for your loss, Scott, and I'm glad that you're kind of coming through, brother.
Yeah, I got to spend time with my younger brother and all of his family and his wife's family, and I ended up smoking some pig all day long.
Okay, that's always a good thing, man. That's North Carolina 101 right there, brother.
Yeah, man.
I like it.
32 degrees out Christmas Day and early in the morning. It was pretty chilly out there, man.
See, that's my kind of thing. Now, as somebody who's staying in Northeast Florida right now, we get a couple of chilly days. The one thing that I miss about the great state of North Carolina is the four seasons, man. I miss it. I miss it so daggone much. I can't stinking stand it. And so a nice crisp night on Christmas is that's chef's kiss right there, bro. So what do you think about this daggone football game, Scott?
Well, I missed the beginning of the show. What's the weather, Russ, on at 11 o'clock tomorrow?
So right now, man, we're looking at mid-30s. By the tail end of the football game, it could be around 40, 41. A little bit of wind, and you're looking at some participation as well. So it's going to be about as nasty of a football game as you can get without it being a daggone monsoon. So,
are you familiar with UConn's transfer portal or players opted out? Do you know that at all?
Yeah, they just have one running back. I think it's Darrell Robinson, who is not their starting running back, but he's a guy that gets some touches. If I'm not mistaken, he's in the transfer portal. I do not know if he's going to play, but they should have their two running backs with their most touches and their most yards, they will be available tomorrow. I haven't heard anything different.
And their line, everybody's opted in.
From what I can tell, yes, sir.
Well, I on one of your other videos, man, I put down a score in UConn's favor, man. I'm gonna stick with it, man. 30-16 UConn.
30-16. Oh yeah, you said close until half, and then UConn goes on a scoring fury.
Yeah, that's what
right.
I feel it, man. I
Yep.
feel it. That's what I just you don't know these things, man. But I'm just gonna go with 30-16.
Okay.
And I'll hang up just a second. But I'm in Preston and yours. I agree with both of you guys on this NIL mess, man. I'm old school. I'm 60 years old.
Right.
And I hate, man, what college football has become. And I used to say that I quit watching pro ball because of all the wokeness and the love of the money. And now it just seems like this is exactly what we're getting into with college sports.
Yeah, unfortunately, man. Unfortunately, the lines have clearly been blurred. I don't know. It's not that I don't know. I am almost 100% sure that it will never go back to the way that it is. And so the only thing that you can really do is adapt. And I hate to say that, Ben, because obviously the natural inclination is I don't want to compromise. I want you to just go back to the sport that we all loved growing up, and that we could sit here and watch basically the best of the best compete at the highest level and compete for the love of the game because they're still trying to attain getting to the National Football League. And, that era is gone, my friend. That era is gone, and there's nothing that me and you can do about it.
So I'll throw this at you, man. It's a very, very simple question, man. Where does school fall in all this, man?
It doesn't. And that's this is just big business now, my friend. School is it would be the necessary evil. You got to go to school. You got to maintain your grades, your GPA so that you can remain eligible. And obviously, I don't care where you are. Everybody gives Carolina this hard time about the issue that they had during the Bush Davis years. But there's not a school in the country, man, that's not stinking helping some of these kids out, with extracurricular grade or some kind of, let's just say I almost guarantee in some way, shape, or form, some of these kids they're getting the books cooked for them, dude, so that they can remain eligible.
And I will say I wasn't even thinking about that, man. I was just thinking in general, if you're playing for millions of dollars, why would you even – I mean, you have to maintain some kind of GPA, right?
Yeah, to remain eligible. Yeah, you do. Yep,
so,
you do.
Did I hear correctly that Duke's transfer quarterback is going to be the richest transfer in history right now?
I don't know about the richest, but I know he got paid an exorbitant amount of money, and I really do think that has something to do with Carolina going all in, which is crazy. I would have expected that more from NC State than I would have expected it from Duke. Paying Mensa so much money.
Russ, I heard $8.1 million.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, now I think you're onto it. I think that's the number if I'm not mistaken. But that's a ton of money.
Why? I just don't get. I mean, that just makes absolutely no sense to me to be paying college football players that kind of money, man.
But you can't blame that kid for saying, "Hey, I'm going to pay you $8.1 million to come here and wear a D on your helmet."
Well, I don't blame that kid at all, man. But this is it's almost getting out of control, man.
Well, it is out of control. It's clearly out of control, and that's one of the things that I also like about personally Bill Belichick's approach. Everybody thought that he was just going to start tossing money at people. He's not doing that. And he hasn't done that yet. And, there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to get a couple of 4 or 5 star guys maybe that are interested to come and play for Bill Belichick and try to do something big in North Carolina. However, he is still he's not just going to throw, he knows the value of players. That's what him and Lombardi do. They're really good at understanding the value of each position, understanding the value of each player, and they're not going to overpay for anybody, man. So
Hey,
go ahead, brother.
well, I was gonna say, doesn't that end tomorrow?
The 28th, yeah.
Transfer portal?
Yeah, the transfer portal window open or is closed tomorrow except for the playoff teams or bowl games that happen after the 28th. Then after they're eliminated, they have 5 days to put their name in the portal.
And your opinion on what happens to Manning, man, from Texas?
I hope that he comes to Carolina.
I know you do.
You know what I'm saying? I hope that that's a legitimate option. I don't know that it will happen, but
do you think the Purdue quarterback would have came if he knew Manning might come?
So I've heard real quick that basically Ryan Brown was under the impression that, he knew that Carolina was going to go after somebody else. Now that's not necessarily anything that I could point to and say, this is a hardcore insider. This is somebody who knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that heard some things within the halls of the Keenan Football Center. So I'm not going to sit here and make a video about that and put that out there as if it's the gospel truth. But I have heard that Ryan Brown was made aware that, Carolina would go after another quarterback. And they have the money. You saw what they tried to do with the Oklahoma kid. They have the money to offer people an exorbitant amount of money to come to Carolina. We'll see what happens, man. I don't know. I don't know.
Look, last two things. Your starting quarterback, he's a senior.
Jacoby Criswell is a senior, but he does have one more year of eligibility.
So he could come back next year.
He could come back next year, yes.
Huh. And last thing, if this will work out with BB, man, what does Carolina do, man?
I'll be completely honest with you. If Bill Belichick cannot overcome, I'm not going to say a curse, but overcome the hump that the triangle, schools, just to make somebody like relevant, really relevant on the national landscape, like consistently, I really just don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm always going to be a Carolina fan, but I just can't imagine a better person to come into your school and try to take you to the place that you've always dreamed that Carolina would be for a Carolina fan like me. So I'm just kind of riding this high right now, dude, and I'm hoping that it comes, that it does exactly what I hope that it'll do. I'm hoping that obviously we have the Pats dynasty in Carolina blue for the next 3 or 4 years. But we'll see.
You think his son sign?
Yeah,
as well.
Belichick is the defensive coordinator. Yep, Steve Belichick is the defensive coordinator.
And that was all planned, you think?
I think that it was planned that he was coming no matter what. But it wasn't. I have heard basically that there were no talks with the Bill Belichick contract. There was no mention of Steve Belichick being a coach in waiting or anything like that. So that's just what I've heard. So I got
more to talk to you about, man. But I'm gonna let you go, man. And we'll talk beginning of next year, I guess, Russ.
Okay, that sounds good, Scott. Man, I appreciate you calling in, brother. 30-16 UConn. Of course, you'd pick the bad guys.
Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year to you and your family, sir.
Hey, happy New Year to you too, brother. I appreciate you, Scott.
All right, go Pack.
All right, man. All right, go Heels.
All right,
later.
brother.
All right, later. All right, my man Scott called in. He went with the bad guys in this one. I don't know if you guys can remember off the jump, but my boy Preston said, you can give Coach BB's girl his digits. Let him deal with the football team, and he'll deal with his girl. This gracious, man. Goodness stinking gracious. So, if you haven't already, man, call in 919-590-3514, man. Predict the correct score. Tell me what you think about this daggone football game. And you, my friend, could win $325 cash or however you want me to send it to you, man. I promise you that I'm a man of my word. You will get your money as soon as possible. 325 bones, man. Who couldn't stink and use that? Especially after Christmas, right? especially after Christmas. Real quick, while we're waiting for somebody else to call in, see if anybody else wants to take a shot at it. And these are obviously difficult games to pick because there's so many opt-outs and everything. But this is the last time that Carolina actually played UConn. And there's Zach Pignalto gets injured after the stinking touchdown catch, and EJ Wilson gets held in the end zone. Referee calls it a daggum safety. And there's the difference in your ball game, man. That's up there, and I think that was in Hartford or wherever the heck UConn is. I don't even know where the heck UConn is, man. Who stinking knows? Who stinking knows where UConn is, man? The only time, Edward, that somebody predicted the score correctly was who was this guy? 45-10 North Carolina Central, and they kind of backdoored their way into it. But some might call me a Nostradamus type individual. So, but yeah, man, it's only happened one time this year, and it was I picked the final score of the North Carolina Central game correctly. Preston from Greensboro said the TJ Yates flashback. Oh, TJ, man, stinking hooping. Hello. My beautiful wife just walked into the room. Let's see what we got. What's going on, baby? You're on the phone with Russ at Tar Heel. Who am I speaking to?
Russ, you know it's your boy Hutch calling you from the patrol car, man. I'm in your
Hey.
office a couple hours before you are, bro.
What's going on, Hutch? How you doing, brother?
Not a brother. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all the hooligans.
My man. Here is the college football encyclopedia, man. If you're listening, go ahead and grace them with your knowledge, Hutch. What you got, baby?
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, man. This is a tough one to predict, man, all these bowl games, man. Only thing I will say, okay, is if y'all go to overtime and you have an opportunity, okay, to win the game from the 1 yard line, okay, don't kick a field goal to go to extra overtimes so you can try to attempt to play from the 3 yard line.
Makes sense.
Yeah, well, Pitt did that yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I was about to
Overtime,
say.
you wonder why I hate Narduzzi? It just defies all logic.
Yeah. I felt like this was coming from some experience.
This is gonna be a tough game, man. Y'all are better. Y'all have better talent. The issue is that you got a lot of the opt-outs. The weather is probably gonna be cold, gonna be nasty. And I'll say this, UConn has not been a good program until recently, and I got to give Jim Moore a lot of credit because he's actually got them back to some respectability.
Right.
There were a couple. If you remember them a couple of years ago, they were woefully bad.
It's real
they
bad.
were
Yeah.
talent-wise the worst, probably 1A program. There were calls for them to move back to FCS.
Right.
I remember Dan Orlovsky from ESPN played there, and he said he went up there to watch practice, and he's like, there are guys that shouldn't be at the Division I level that are on this team.
Crazy.
So I think they're going to be hungry. I think that they're excited. They're happy to be in a bowl game. They're going to play their butts off. I think UNC, I think you hit the nail on the head with your preview. You got a lot of guys that are, this is an audition for a new coaching regime. This is like a preseason game to them where, hey, I'm trying to show out because we got a new coaches coming in here. They want to see what I got. Again, not having Hampton's going to be a huge loss. Hopefully Criswell can kind of make up for that and use Copenhaver, use a lot of these guys that are veteran presence on the offense. I'll tell you, man, I think what's really going to hurt y'all is, no Noah Burnett, nobody on that team that has attempted a field goal in college. And
Right.
your first start is in a cold weather environment, probably going to be windy on grass. And that's not exactly ideal conditions to step into in a game that could be tight because, who knows? But I think y'all are going to win it. I think it's going to be 24-20.
Real quick, Hutch. I see, on the depth chart that was released, Noah Burnett's in the transfer portal, but he is listed as the starting kicker.
Yeah, it's crazy because the last I heard that he's still in the portal.
Yeah, he is in the portal.
Which to me, I was like, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense to have him on your roster. As far as I know, he was gone. You put yourself in the portal. You're not eligible to play in these
Right.
games.
Yeah.
You kind of, I guess, relinquished your scholarship.
Well, they got a bunch of people
hands.
like that, though. They got Travis Shaw as the starting defensive tackle right now. He's still in the portal. I mean, they got some guys in the portal that are still on this roster, and I've seen them up in Boston. So it's
Really?
it's an interesting component, man. I don't understand half of this crap anymore, dude.
Again, man, and it's like tomorrow. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tomorrow's the last day. The portal closes, I think, the 28th.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Which was interesting to me because I remember checking in yesterday because usually if you put yourself in the portal, I didn't understand why Burnett put himself in the portal anyway unless he had somewhere to go, and I figured that was what it was. Somebody gave him some money. But you're in the portal for damn near 3 weeks and you're still homeless. That's not really a good sign.
Right. I agree.
You've been there, going on, I want to say it was like December 6th or 7th that he put himself in the portal, and you're now 20 days later, and you're still unclaimed a day before it closes.
Yeah.
So that I don't know, brother. I thought, he was in the portal. I thought that meant that you were no longer a member of the team. Now you could, again, I guess in certain time you could remove yourself, but it doesn't make any sense to me that you're still traveling with the team, you're still a part of the team, but you're in the portal.
Right. Yeah, man, they have a bunch of portal guys in their 2 deep right now. That was the 2 deep release for the Fenway Bowl. Yes, so
That's crazy, man.
It is crazy, bro. I know.
I guess we'll figure it out tomorrow if 98 comes out for JT.
Exactly.
But I thought for sure it was going to be is it Olvera, the kickoff guy?
Osada. Yeah, I did too. That's what I put in my in my prediction video. I said, "Hey, man, got to score touchdowns because Noah Burnett's in the portal. I don't think he's going to play, but he's on the 2 deep as the starter."
Crazy,
Yeah, man.
man.
Yep.
I guess it's like, hey, man, I'm leaving y'all, but I'll. It's like, hey, I'm divorcing you, but I'm going to live in the house until my new husband.
Right. Yeah.
It makes no sense. Like,
Until
none of this
yeah,
stuff makes
exactly.
sense anymore.
Exactly.
It's become so crazy, that half these kids, well, I'm leaving you, but yeah, I'll stick around and play in the bowl game.
Right.
And if nobody claims me, I'll just hang out here. Like,
yep.
It's just become too stupid for words, man.
I
It
agree.
really has.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, I think your talent level is just better. I think that it's going to be a fairly low scoring game just because, again, weather, I think it's going to be cold. It's an early kick. I think you guys find a way to win. It's going to be 24-20. I think UConn is going to show up. And like I said, I think they're excited to be there. They're excited to play. It should be a good game. And we've had some good ones, man. Yeah, granted, my boys got beat yesterday. It was entertaining.
Right.
The Rate Bowl between Kansas State and Rutgers was great. So there have been some really entertaining games.
There have.
More so than there have been in the playoffs thus far.
Yeah, 100%.
But you've had some really entertaining, really good bowl games. So, hopefully tomorrow before I go to work, man, I'll be on the live stream with y'all and watch party and we'll get a good game to watch.
My man.
So that's my hope, man. But
my man.
All right, brother. I'm gonna let you get at it, man. I just wanted to see if I could get my hands on some of that money with a score prediction.
There it is.
So we'll see what happens, my brother.
All right, Hutch. I appreciate you, brother. Be safe,
All right,
man. Watch your 6, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Same thing, brother.
All right, bro. All right, later, Hutch. My stinking man, Hutch, dude. Good dude. Stinking good dude. Said 24-20 Carolina. 24-20 Carolina. Uh-oh. You are on the phone with Russ the Tar Heel. Who am I speaking to?
Little Russ.
Little Russ in the house. You already made your prediction, man. What in the world are you doing? What do you want to talk about, Little Russ?
21-28 North Carolina.
21-28 North Carolina. If you watch the prediction show, you already know that Little Russ said 28-21 North Carolina. And I appreciate you calling in, Little Russ, man. Everybody loves to stink and see Little Russ in the house. He's gonna be he's gonna take over this thing when I kick the bucket, guys. So, Little Russ, you got anything else to add, man, before you get off of here, Little Russ? Sounds like a no. All right, man. I love you, and I'll talk to you in a little bit, Little Russ. All right, man. All right, later. My son, my stinking son, man. Rest of that job should be mine. Yep, 100%. 100%, bro. So Little Russ called in, man, 28-21. And like I said, you guys already know I picked 28-24. Good guys. And I mean, really a lot of mine is just predicated off the fact that I don't think that Carolina is going to no-show. Carolina is usually, I would say in probably 8-9 of the football games they play over the course of the last 5-6 years, they are the more talented team. That's not the issue. It's the no-shows that cost them, some of these games. And I agree with Hutch. I think Carolina's got the more talented roster, even with the opt-outs. Obviously, UConn is playing in a much more familiar environment, one state over in that kind of weather. But I think Carolina plays hard, man. And I think if Carolina plays hard, they should win this football game, even if it's one where we got to keep it on the ground, which is what we have to do to win this football game. Anyway, so if you want to, got about 14 minutes left, man, before I got to get off of here, man. Give me a call, 919-590-3514. You have to call into the show to be officially entered into the $325 score prediction. Right now, we have 5 entries aside from myself. And, looks like we got one UConn guy. Scott predicted 30-16, and he said it's going to be close until halftime, and then UConn's going to walk away with it. But like I said, I think that these boys are going to be a little hungry. They'll play hard because they know that the big man is stinking watching, dude. The big man is stinking watching. And it's about time that we win a bowl game. I mean, it really is. Last year was a whooping against West Virginia, decimated obviously by portal injuries, guys going to the NFL. There was the game after the Orange Bowl when we played South Carolina down at the Duke's Mayo Bowl and got absolutely embarrassed by a backup quarterback. Preston said, someone check on Nick. Yeah, I'm surprised Nick's not in here. This might even be him, Press. What's going on, baby? You're on the phone with Russ at Tar Heel. Who am I speaking to?
This is Kevin or Tar Heel.
Kevin, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Good. Yeah, those flashbacks of the UConn game brought me back when I was there briefly.
Oh, yeah?
I guess
Okay.
not really.
This back when you were at UNC or?
Yep.
Okay. Very cool, man. You didn't happen to go up to that game in Connecticut, did you?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah. Those were some good years, though, man. Those were some good stinking years of Carolina football,
They were, yeah. Up until, of course, we all know what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Up until 2010 when, I'm in my I'll never forget, bro. Real quick, not to cut you off, man, but I was in Camp Virginia, Kuwait, getting ready to do a 1 year tour in Iraq, and I stayed up until I think the game came on at 1 a.m. because by the time I came back out with my buddy who was an LSU fan, after Carolina's roster was decimated by, you can't plays.
Of course.
And they still almost pulled it out. We sat there and watched that thing in Kuwait until like 4:30 in the morning, bro. And then I had to go on a mission, and it just pandemonium, dude. Just thinking pandemonium. But we were a dark horse national title contender, and I still think that roster, if it didn't get
definitely
decimated that way, that would have been an outstanding year of football. But what you got, Kev? Talk to me, baby.
Yeah, I mean, this team, I just don't know. I'm more in a show me mode, and the losing of Lampkin doesn't give me a lot of confidence.
I know, man.
I mean, I've heard that the practices have been more physical, but physicality has obviously been an issue under the Mac Brown era, and they're going to obviously try and run the ball, but just not too confident, unfortunately.
Right.
The lines of scrimmage I'm just not too confident. Hopefully that's going to change with the new regime, and hopefully I'm wrong and they're more physical than I anticipate, but I'm more of the show me more mode, unfortunately.
I understand that.
And fortunately, got to go with the bad guys, 24-20, unfortunately.
24-20.
But I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're wrong too, bro. I hope you're wrong too. I mean, about the only thing good, Kev, that would come out of that is that you won $325, man. So I
Yeah.
guess that'll give you a little bit of cash that you can drown away your sorrows in. So yeah, 24 to 20, man. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this new regime.
Me too, brother. Me too. Me too. Extremely excited, man. It's gonna stink that it's 8 months away.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, the Mac Brown didn't end the way it did, but we can say, or at least I can say, at least he did leave the program in a better state than when he first got hired. And with Belichick, I can confidently say, even if he is a failure, that he is going to leave the program in a better state than it was when he got hired.
I agree with that.
Job's obviously going to be a lot more attractive. We brought in a lot more money to the football program, the athletic department. It's just going to be a way more attractive job, regardless of how he does.
Yeah, I think that's fair, man. I think that's fair. Mac did leave it better than he found it, 100%. It did not end the way that we wanted it to, or the way that he wanted it to. Obviously, NIL, COVID, because he had things rolling, bro. I'm very convinced that the guys that he was bringing in, I really believe that he was taking the Heels to that next level, and then there was just a lot of roadblocks that came into place, and then simultaneously, I think a little bit of it had to do with his coaching as well, man. So
I mean, he recruited really well. A lot of them didn't turn out. I mean, we've got one of those guys supposedly planned.
Yeah.
And then Zach Rice obviously hasn't panned out so far. Des Evans, he's been what he is, but expected way more out of him.
Right. Even Eli Sutton, who left, and now he's a high 4-star guy.
Yeah.
And he ends up at Austin P. Just it was the lack of development of these top-rated recruits that we got. Even guys like Travis Shaw, who, he came on a little bit later this year. I hope that he stays, and I hope that they're able to really push him to get the most that they can out of him. But it was the lack of development of these high-rated guys, man. And so we'll stink and see what happens, my friend.
Yeah. Which I'm hoping Belichick, at least, even if he's not getting these 5-star guys, he's good at evaluating talent. I mean, he drafted Tom Brady in the 6th round. So I trust his evaluation
100%
process. So hopefully, even if we're not necessarily getting 5 stars, he's actually going to develop them into
100%, man,
good players.
100%, bro. And that's why all the people that are laughing, oh, where's these splash 4- and 5-star guys? You know what, buddy? I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, would that tickle my fancy if all of a sudden it was kind of like Mac Brown when he came in and we were getting 4- and 5-star guys, but those same 4- and 5-star guys that weren't being developed, what if Bill Belichick is developing these high 3-star, low 4-star guys, and they're playing above their stinking level? You know what? Now we got high motor guys, man, that aren't letting it down. We're not having letdowns. So I agree, brother. I stinking agree. So I appreciate you calling in, Kev, man. 24 to 20 UConn. You got any last comments, man, before we get out of here?
No, just want to shout out the Heel brothers. Was briefly with them for the state game, unfortunately, but good people.
100%, man.
Alan.
100%, man. Nathan and Alan are
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Yeah.
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, Kev. All right, man. Go Heels.
Yep. Go Heels.
Appreciate Kev, man. Yeah, if you haven't already, man, go. Let me shut down this real quick so I can make a statement. Hill Brothers, man, great group of guys. Nathan and Alan do some good work too, man. Go over there and subscribe to their channel. Preston said, or Hutch said, we had some K9 call out a few hours ago, and APD has a bunch of those Black Huskies out there. Yeah, those Black Huskies, man. Hey, shout out to Professor Hasselheimer, dude. That was just a small segment of the documentary. I can't believe he found that thing. What was it called again? A Canis lupus familiaris? Long-haired Black Husky. And then he was able to capture it. Man, that was pretty cool. Pretty stinking cool, dude. He went nuts on that one. He's thinking, hey, what did you guys think about my my man bun, dude? How sweet was that? That was Mrs. Tara Hill. That was her idea. I had it like all down. It looked like Albert Einstein. And she had the idea to put that thing in a man bun. And I was like, dude, this is perfect, bro. This is stinking perfect. So if you haven't, man, do me a favor, go check out the preview. Even if it's just to look at the skit, man. Even if it's just to watch the skit. It's dumb. And that's what makes it funny. I like dumb humor. So Silver said stop and Max said 8 wins is best he could do. Dude was trying to coast to get all-time wins record. Maybe that was directed towards me. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if he was trying to coast. Obviously, the more times you win, rocking that man bun press, rocking it, baby. The more times you win, the faster you can get to that all times win record. I think he just wanted to get to 300. But the program was obviously not where it was. We're losing a lot of juice, man. A lot of stinking juice, and a change had to be made, and I'm glad that it did. Because I think that it's in pretty good hands right now. So, got a couple more minutes, boys. 919-590-3514. Let's see if we can get one more call in here. If not, looks like we're locked in with 6 plus myself. That's 7 $325 call in and prediction show. And don't forget, man, tomorrow at 11 o'clock is Saturday. Wake up, get your coffee, and it's going to be an early one. Not really early for me, but I'll be coming off of work, man. I'll be coming in hot, dude. And we'll give it one more ride for Carolina football for the 2024 season. I'm excited about it, man. I'm stinking excited about it. And obviously, we will continue to put out any kind of information pertaining to transfer portal, guys coming in and out, et cetera, man, when we start hiring coaches and things like that. So still a lot of work to be done, man. As far as football is concerned, it is going to be crazy because a little bit, my workload is going to go down just a little bit as we're only focusing on basketball after this. But I really appreciate everybody that's in here right now, man. It is so crazy to think that we're finishing up our second year of the Tar Heel Huddle football wise. And like I said, I cannot thank you guys enough for all your continued support and just hanging out, man. I mean, that's what this thing is for, man. It's a community. And it's just to bring college football fans, Tar Heels from all over the stinking world where we can get together and watch the game and hash it out, dude, and bring our various opinions into this thing. So looks like that might be it, boys. Looks like that might be it, man. You guys going to let me get out of here 2 minutes early. 2 minutes early, man. Preston said he's going to miss football. Yep, I know, man. I always hate it, dude. I always hate it, Press. When it's the end of football season, man. I really do. 8 months, bro. 8 stinking months. But it's going to be exciting, man. August 30th. If you're in here, let your people know we will be in there stinking hot, bro, for the Texas Christian Carolina game. There's no way that I'm stinking missing that thing. I will be in Chapel Hill week 1 or week 0, whatever the heck they want to call that thing, to take in the glory that is Bill Belichick, Carolina football. For sure. So looks like that's where we're at, guys. I appreciate everybody hanging out, man. We got 7 locked in for the $325 call in and score prediction. Hey, if you are shy, don't be. I'm a pretty cool dude, man. All right. I promise you that I won't embarrass you. So you got 8 months to gather up that courage, man. Hopefully we'll get some better participation next year. Get some more people to call in. And, just let me know what you think about Carolina football, man. That's what this place is for. Regardless of how educated you are, a la Hutch, and how just silly you are, a la Nick, who's not with us tonight. I'm just kidding, Nick. We love you, man. We appreciate you coming and hanging out with us, man. So anyway, I love you, Tar Heel Nation. I appreciate you guys, man. 11 o'clock tomorrow. All right? I'm about to go take me a nap. And then I got about 12 hours of work. And I will be in here, man, to take in the stinking bowl game. So come and hang out with your favorite North Carolinian as we see if Carolina can snap this daggone bowl losing streak and get this W. And I will be purchasing a Wasabi Fenway Bowl champions shirt, and I will wear that crap proudly if we win. So anyway, love you, Tar Heel Nation, and